It's as if the ghosts of the great men who once passed through these halls had left a trace of their greatness behind them. Throughout the years here, on this river, I abide. My walls have heard 1,000 stories, history made, memory stored. I have seen days of glory, and I have suffered indignities. I have been home to hospital, barracks, and yes, even prison. I have been burned and abandoned, and I have been restored. Once more, like a phoenix from the ashes, like the South itself, I shall rise again.
The goal of any restoration is to preserve a society's heritage. Because of its venerable past, it is fitting that this magnificent structure become a showcase, not just of a building, but also of our political history. On the surface, it appears an ancient citadel. Beneath its skin lies the bristling network of a state-of-the-art learning center, dedicated to enriching our understanding of the democratic process. A living, working museum, inviting you to engage in the act of discovery. Through the use of interactive technology, you'll gain instant access to a treasure house of information. Here you'll be able to witness the landmark events that shaped our history, to call up the famous speeches by the legends of Louisiana, and hopefully to learn something about our fascinating heritage.
How many men ever went to a barbecue and would let one man take off the table what's intended for 9/10 of the people to eat? The only way you'll ever be able to feed the balance of the people is to make that man come back and bring back some of that grub he ain't got no business in.
for the good he can do for the people of this state. I'm the best friend the poor man, the poor colored man, ever had in the governor's office, and I'm proud of it.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
In the interest of a better informed Louisiana and to bring to public attention the manner in which legislation is considered by the elected representatives of the people and by their chief executive, WBRZ has brought you this special film report.
Louisiana has captured the imagination of artists, writers, and filmmakers over the years. Perplexing, yet compelling, it remains a constant source of inspiration. What makes our political system unique is the fact that our governors have been given almost absolute authority. Since the early colonial governors, more power has been concentrated in the hands of these men than the leaders of most nations. Our history begins as the so-called New World was first being developed by European interests. Louisiana owes its existence to the Mississippi River. It is what made the area valuable, commercially, strategically. The entrance to this river provided the gateway to America's heartland. Whoever controlled that port controlled trade to much of North America. New Orleans became a prize coveted by all, a pivotal game piece in the global political arena. It's a story steeped in international intrigue, the tale of two men sent to Paris by their president to buy the city of New Orleans, only to be faced with an historic proposition. All Jefferson wanted was the port to secure free trade for the Americans. The resulting deal was to become one of the formative events in the development of our country. We got the port, and almost incidentally, we acquired an area 4 times the size of the existing colonies, about a third of what is now the continental United States. With the Louisiana Purchase, a fledgling America emerged as a world power. At the time Louisiana became American, the people here were simply not accustomed to the concept of democratic government. For the first 100 years, they lived under one European monarchy after another. However, it's the French influence that still dominates the culture. The name Louisiana was itself a tribute to King Louis XIV of France. The French language can still be heard in certain parishes across the state. Our legal system is to this day based upon the Napoleonic Code. In many ways, we are more European than American, a unique culture which could only have evolved in just such a place. We are the children of poets and pirates, the daughters of aristocrats and immigrants, the sons of slaves and self-made men. Louisiana is a rich blend of strong influences. Our politics, like our food, has a flavor all its own. Our heritage is so rich, it manifests itself in our very way of life. Gentility is woven into the fabric of our society, a philosophy that embraces a celebration of life, or joie de vivre, as they say. In a world that looks more and more the same, we revel in the fact that we have a discernible culture. We hold on to this link with our lineage, not so much in terms of looking back, but rather for that sense of connection with the place. A romantic notion? Perhaps. But that's all part of the Southern mystique.
The history of politics in Louisiana is the story of great men, magnificent gestures, political entanglements, and war. As you walk through these rooms, it is impossible not to think about the stories that have unfolded here. What makes it all the more real is the fact that so much of what happened took place right here in this room.
The more you learn about the history of a place, the more enriching your experience can become. Modern technology has provided us new means of observation. Instead of getting just a glimpse, we can now record, research, and re-examine events. The story of politics in Louisiana is here for the asking. The comedy, the tragedy, the characters who comprise this compelling tale, they're all here. The study of history is not a destination, but a journey.